let's move to the class. I will share my screen. So hope my screen is visible, guys. So yesterday we have seen the OOPS concept. The first concept we have seen is inheritance. Okay, so we have seen single inheritance and the other type of inheritance like multi-level inheritance we have seen, and we have seen one more thing. Why multiple inheritance is not supported in Java. Okay, so the problem is the ambiguity problem will rise. Okay, which is also called a diamond problem. Okay, so when we can't extend two classes at the same time. Okay, so that is multiple inheritance. So to overcome this, we have one more concept in Java called interface. So interface means nothing. Okay, so it is also like a class, but here what happens now, inside of the interface only method declaration will be present. Okay, so that is called abstract methods. So the body of the method will not be present. Okay, and whichever class, okay, whichever class is going to implement this interface needs to provide the implementation for the method. Okay, so let's create some examples so that we will get some ideas. Okay, so what I will do, okay, let's create a new class first. Okay, so I'm going to create a new class. Just give me a minute, guys. So this is going to be my main class. So I have created as interface example. Okay. So, and then what I have to do, I'm going to create interface. So how to create an interface means you have to create in the name, same name. Okay. By using a keyword called interface. So let's do it. So first let's create some interface. So first you need to give the keyword interface. So interface, let's have some. Let's take the concept from here itself. Okay, so what I will do, I'm going to use eatable. Okay, so eatable is an interface I'm creating. Sorry, the name should be in the same like class. Okay, so name should be starting with the capital letter and then open bracket, close bracket. This is how you have to define an interface. Okay, so interface keyword should be present and then some name. Okay, interface name. Here we will use class name. So same like you have to give some interface name. So inside of this, what you have to do, you have to create some concrete methods. Sorry, you have to create some abstract method. So abstract method means nothing. Only the method will be present. The body of the method will not be present. Okay, let's take example like this. Okay, so this is how you need to create the method. So you can see the difference for here and then here also. Okay, so here also we have created some method void sound. Okay, but what happened, it is having some body. Okay, so inside of the body I have executed some code, but interface will not have method body. Okay, only the method will be present. Okay, the body of the method will not be present, and whichever class is going to implement this interface, how to write the body of the method. Okay, so let's create one class. Okay, so I'm going to create one class. So let's create one more interface so that we will understand the multiple inheritance. Okay, so interface, let's give some, okay, flight. Let's give it as flight. Okay, so I have created one more interface. Inside of this, I will create one method without any return type or anything. Okay, just a simple method. So these two are interfaces. Okay, just like a class only, it is also having some methods, but without any body. Okay, and then I will create one class. Okay, class. Let's create as bird. I have done one mistake. It should be in the capital letter. Okay, so bird. So just understand this. So bird is a class, okay? A bird can eat, both it can eat, it can fly, right? So if I'm going to implement this class, it has to uh, it has to use access both this eat method also, this fly method also. But if I use the keyword as extend, and if I try to use inheritance concept here, it will not be possible, because once if I use inheritance means only one class I can extend, okay? But here two classes I need to extend. So for that, I have to implement this. That is why we have implemented this as an interface. When I give implements keyword, I can access both the interfaces. Okay. So you can give like this. Vegetable, comma. You can see now there is no error in this interface. Okay. So whenever you are creating an interface, the class which is going to inherit the properties needs to use the keyword implements. Okay. But in inheritance concept, if a class wants to access the properties of a parent class means it has to use the keyword extend. Okay. But only one class can be extended. No other class cannot be extended. But when you use implements means you can access multiple interfaces. Okay. So now here one more thing. Here there is one error. Okay. When you mouse over here, it will show you have to you are not implemented the methods present in those classes. Okay. In this interfaces, meaning whatever method present in the interface, okay, it is not having body. So the body of the method should be present in this class. Whichever class implementing this interface needs to implement the method. Okay. So if I give add unimplemented methods, it will directly give the unimplemented methods. Okay. So here fly, this fly method is also came. This eat method from the eatable interface is also came. So instead of this, you can define your own logic. Okay. So I'm going to use just as a out. Okay, that's it. So from the main method, what you can do, you can create an object for the bird class, and then you can call the methods. So interface, we can't directly create object for interface. Okay, we have to create an object for the class which implements this interface. So only bird class will we can create object. So what I will do, I will create an object. You can call both methods here. Okay. So what are all the methods present inside this, you can call. So eat is one method and then fly is another method. So when I run this program, it will print both the statements. You can see eating and flying, both is printed. Okay. So here only method will be present. Body of the method should be implemented in the class, whichever is implementing this interface. Okay. So likewise, if one more class is present, that class is also implementing this interface means I can give some new logic inside of this eat method there. Okay. This is how interface will work. So here you can see the multiple inheritance concept is present now. Okay. So we are extending two classes. Two interfaces. Okay. But the interface is also work like class. So we are implementing two interfaces. Okay. Two will have different type of methods, and both methods will be implemented inside this. Uh, guys, understood this interface concept? Is there
It's
any
a
doubt?
little confused. It's a
Yeah.
little confusing. Can you please explain again?
Yeah, okay. So, why we came to the interface concept means, so in inheritance, there is one type of inheritance called multiple inheritance. So in other languages that is present, okay. But in Java, that multiple inheritance is not supported, okay. Because when we try to extend one more class here, okay, let's consider I am trying to extend both cat and animal here, okay. So if I try to extend like this, what happens? If the same sound method is present here also in the animal class also, okay, and while calling the methods, what happen? I will create an object for this dog method, right? But when I try to call this sound method, the compiler will get confused which sound method it has to call, okay, from the animal class or from the cat class. So this problem is called ambiguity problem or diamond problem, okay. So to overcome this, you can't extend more than one class, okay. In inheritance concept, you can't extend more than one class, okay. So to overcome this problem, there is one more concept called interface. So interface means nothing, it will have only abstract method. Abstract method means only method declaration will be present, okay. The body of the method will not be present. Whenever you declare a method, it should be declared like this, okay. So return type and then method name, followed by open and close brackets, and then open curly braces, close the curly braces, okay. This is called body of the method. But in interface, we can declare abstract method without any body, okay. So where the method body of the method should be implemented means the class which is extending. In general term, I'm telling it, extend which class extending this interface has to implement the method, okay. But it is called interface. The keyword, whenever you use keyword interface, meaning we have to use the keyword implements. The same in inheritance only we are using here, okay. The class bird which is going to inherit the properties of eatable, okay. But this is interface, so we are using keyword implements. And then again, flyable is one more interface. In if we are using interface means we can implement multiple interfaces, okay. Here there won't be any problem, like the ambiguity problem will not come here, because even though the eatable and flyable will have the same method, okay. So let's consider here as fly method. If both the interfaces having same method also, if I create an object for the bird class, what happen? I will implement this, whatever going to be present inside the method will be present only in the class. I will implement this, right? So here the problem will not come. So that's why interface can be multiple interfaces can be implemented in a same class, okay? And then the class, what are all the methods present in the interface, okay? If one more method is present like this, okay? If one more method is present like this means this method also needs to be implemented in the class, okay. What are all the methods present inside the interface should be implemented in the class which implements this, okay. And then same, like we are creating an object and calling those methods, that's same. Is that clear?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, okay. And then okay, this is interface. Just give me a minute, guys. Let's move to the next topic, okay. So the next OOPS concept is called polymorphism. So polymorphism means many forms, okay. Poly means many, and morphism means different form, okay. So polymorphism means many form. That means a same method can be, a same functionality can be defined in many forms, okay. So there are two types of polymorphism present. One is method overloading.
Yeah, Ramya, so I have one doubt.
Yes.
So in the first interface, you have used void eat, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so instead of void it, we can use void fly also, right?
Yeah,
If
yeah,
we
you
use
can
void fly
use,
means, so how it
yeah,
will be inside the class? So how we have
yes,
to call?
yeah, yeah, just it is same, like you're not going to, it is not having any method implementation, right? So what happens,
Okay,
it just like this, that's it, okay. Both are same
okay,
only, right? There is no difference between this fly method and this fly method, okay. And here you
okay.
can extend whatever class from which interface you are going to implement this, that you need to give here, and then you have to implement the method whatever you are
Yeah,
implementing, that's
okay,
it.
okay, okay.
Yeah, both can have same
Yeah,
methods also. That won't do anything. Okay.
okay. So even if we are going to use only one means, we can use this implement keyword, right?
Yeah, yeah. The same thing. Implement keyword
Okay.
only.
Yeah,
Even you
okay,
can
thank
use one. You can implement one interface, or you can implement multiple interfaces also.
you. Yeah, okay, okay, thank you.
So the first type of polymorphism is method overriding. The other type is method overloading. So this is also called runtime polymorphism. Overriding is also called runtime polymorphism, and method overloading is also called compile time polymorphism. So what is this? Let's see some differences for this. Okay. So what I will do, let's create one more class for this. I'm creating different classes for each concept, okay? Because it will not get confused, so that you will get understand. That's why I'm creating it. If you're trying some example means you can create in the same class and same package also, okay? Based on the concept you have taken, okay? So let's try give it a name as polymorphism example. So I have created one class, and then what I will do, let's take some examples. What uh, uh, okay, let's take addition as an example. Okay, simple addition I'm going to do. So first, let's what I will do. I will create one class addition. So I'm going to do the addition operation, mathematical operation. So I'm creating a class like this. Okay. So inside of this, what I'm going to do first, let's take method overloading. Okay. So method overloading means. So method overloading means what happened. The method name, okay, the method name will be same, and the parameter we are passing inside the method will be different, okay? So same method can be present in different forms, okay? So let's consider some examples so that it will be easy. So first I will create one method, okay? Add. So int add of I'm creating one method. So inside of this, I'm going to pass two parameters, int a comma int b. So what does this means? This method, int method, okay? Let's add some return type int a plus b. So here what this add method will do, it will accept two values, okay? Two integer values it will accept, and then what it will return? It will return whatever the values it accepted, it will add the two values and return the value, okay? So this return type is integer, so I have returned a plus b, and inside of the add method I am accepting two values, integer a and integer b. This is a simple method, okay? Method declaration. And what I will do, I will create one more method in the same class, okay, with the same name I'm going to declare. So double add. Instead of this, I'm going to pass same two parameters, double a comma double b. So this will also return some value. The return type should be double, and the returning value I'm going to do is a plus b. The same thing I'm doing. So you can see the difference of these two methods. Both method is having the same name, okay? But whatever parameter we are passing is different. Here also it accepts double value, but here it is accepting integer type of value. And the return type here is integer. It will return integer data type, but here it will return double value, okay? And one more thing also possible. Let's create int add a comma b comma c. So this will return a plus b plus c. So both the method is having the same name. This is also add, this is also add, this is also add, okay? But the return type is different for these two, and the passing parameter is also different. But here the return type is same for first and last method, okay? Both are going to return integer data type, but the passing parameter is different. So method overloading means the method name will be same, okay? But the passing parameter will be different, or the return type will be different. If a method is present like this is called method overloading. Okay, when we will use this means when a concept arises like this, okay? So for example, let's take calculator. Calculator, what it will do, if even though it is going to add, means there are multiple ways present for simple addition, right, in a calculator. So at that time you can use this method overloading concept, polymorphism concept. So and then one more thing is called one more live example if we take, means amount, okay, payment transfer from the bank, okay? So okay, withdrawal, we can take it. Some may withdraw directly from the bank, some may withdraw from the ATM, and some will use your UPIs, okay? So both is going to withdraw some amount, but they are using different platforms, okay? So at the time we can go for polymorphism concept. So these are some examples, okay? So what I will do now, I'm going to call all the three methods, okay? So for that, what I will do, let's print it so that it will be visible. Sys out. Okay, first we have to create an object, right? So I have forgot that. So first I will create an object for the class addition. Let's give some random name. It will get confused. Okay, and then what I will do, I will call each method present inside this addition method. So first call A and B. So it will accept two values. So I'm passing two values, 2 comma 2. So first what it will do, first method I'm calling. I have given integer type of values. So first 2 comma 2 is given. So the value return type, so the returning value will be 4. So both the values will be added and it will be returned. Next, what I will do, I will copy the same thing and paste it, okay? Next, I'm going to call the double method. So the return type double is present, right? So double means nothing. It will have some decimal point of values, 2.5. Let's give it some 3.5. So here what it will do, it will add these two values and it will return the value in a double format, okay? And then the third one we have to write. Okay, third one, what? It will accept three parameters. So 2 comma 3 comma. So it will accept three values, and all the three values will be added and returned. Okay. If I run this program, all the values will be printed. You can see first one, 4 is printed, integer type of value. So 4 is printed. But the second value, 2.5 plus 3.5 I have given. So 6, the return type is, the value of the addition is 6. But it is written as 6.0 because we have given the return type is double. Here we have mentioned whatever the method will return, it should be present in the double format. Some decimal value should be present. And the third value we have given three parameters and the return type is present. Okay. So this is called method overloading. Method name will be same, but the passing parameter and the return type will be different. If a method present like this, this is called method overloading. And I have given some real-time examples also for this. Okay. And then next is method overriding. So overriding will be a little different from this. Okay. Overriding means both method name, passing parameters, and the return type, everything will be same. Like here you have asked some thing, right? So what happen if it is a fly also? Okay. So method overriding means let's create some class here. Okay. So below this I will create some class. Okay. Let's name it as class shape. So as of now, don't get confused with the addition class. So this addition class is different from this. Okay. So this is different from addition class. So addition class is particularly for method overloading. So the class shape I have created is for method overriding. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create one method here. Okay. So void draw. This is going to be a method. Inside of this, I'm going to print something. Drawing. Let's name it as drawing. Okay. Okay, I have created one simple class, and inside of this I have given one method, and the method will print a drawing. Okay, and then what I will do, I will create one more class. Okay, the class is going to be let's square. So square is also kind of shape, right? So I have given square. So this class is going to extend shape. Here we have implemented interface inheritance concept. Okay, so shape. This class is going to have the same method as that of shape. Okay, but here what I'm going to do, I'm going to print out something else. Okay, here what I will do instead of this, so you can see both this method and this method is also having the same method. Okay, the return type and the method parameter, everything is same. Here also there is no parameter present. Here also there is no parameter present. This method is also the nothing will return type is void. For this method also the return type is void. Okay, but implement whatever I have implemented inside this method is different. Okay, so this is called method overriding. Okay, so if both method name and method parameters and everything is same means that is called method overriding. So when you have to implement method overriding means when it is having a parent child relationship. Okay, so a method which is present in the parent class, if I am going to implement the same method in the subclass, okay, with the same name and same parameter means this is called method overriding. So when this concept will be useful means here you can take this as an example. Okay, we can have multiple shape. Okay, square, and then we can have some circle, and then we can have some rectangle. Both will what we will do, all the shapes we will draw only, right? But whatever we will implement will be different. We will if it is a square means, oh sorry, I have given circle. If it is a square means we will write square, draw a square, draw a circle, like that we will implement, right? So at the time we can use this. Okay, so how to call this method means, so first let's create an object for the square class. Okay, so what I will do, so I have created an object for square class, right? So if I call the draw method, which method will be called? The method present inside the square will be called. Okay. So if I create an object for shape, and if I try call the draw method from that object means this method will be called. Okay. Based on the object created, it will be called. So now square will be printed. Just look at this. You can see square is printed. If I create an object for the shape means what happened? Whatever method present in the shape class will be implemented. Let's create that also. So now what happened? I have created an object for the shape class and I am calling draw method. So whatever method present in the shape class will be called. Okay. So drawing will be printed. So based on the object created, it will be resolved. Okay. Is that understood, guys? Both you can have the same method in different classes. Okay, but the classes should have parent child relationship. Okay, if it is having parent child relationship, you can implement the same method in the subclass also. Okay, and then based on the object created, the method will be called. This is called method overriding. Okay, uh, both method overloading and overriding, is that clear, guys? Is there any doubt?
That's clear.
Okay. So let's move to the next topic. So after polymorphism, what does present inheritance, polymorphism, and then encapsulation. Okay. So the next topic in object-oriented programming languages, encapsulation. So what does encapsulation means? So encapsulation means binding data on methods. Data means nothing, variable. So binding the variables and methods, okay, together is called encapsulation. So what it is usually used for means security purpose. So we are hiding the methods and variables in a class, okay. So where this will be used means so if a class is having some methods and variables, okay, let's take some okay, here let's consider this method is having some variable, okay, but I don't want this variable to be accessed by other classes or other methods means I have to go for encapsulation. In real time scenarios where this will be used now, um, let's take banking as an example. So if a customer having some username and password and then banking details they are having, okay. So if a customer's banking details present means that customer can only see that, right? So other customer should not see his personal belongings, right? Like his bank account number, his sorry, account number can be seen, but his balance and the amount withdrawn should not be seen by other customers, okay. So at the time encapsulation will be used. So let's create some examples so that it will be easy. So I will create a new class for encapsulation. Okay, let's create some class. What class can be created? Okay, let's create class human or a person. Let's create person. So person okay, let's take it. Okay. So I have created some random class called person. Okay. So inside of this, every person will have some name, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create string name. Okay. So okay, let's have one variable. Okay, you can have multiple variables and methods present inside this. Okay, but I'm going to use only one variable. Okay, so I have created one class called person. So every person will have some name. So I have created a variable called string name. So if I have created something called string name. Okay, this name can be accessible by this from this class, right? So from this class and from this method I can access this name, okay, but I don't want this name to be visible to this, okay. So if I want to do this, how to achieve this means I have to declare this as private, okay. So I have to give the access modifier private, means only this class can be seen this variable, okay. So and one more thing, encapsulation can be achieved by declaring the methods and variables as private. And if you want to access this, you have to use get and setter. Okay. Let's see how to use that getter and setter. So what is this getter and setter means? To set some values for this name, you have to use the set method. And if you want to retrieve that value, you have to use the get method. So you can, you no need to write everything. Here, there is one option present in Eclipse. Okay. Just right click and go to source. Okay. Here there is one method called generate getters and setter. When you click this, it will show what are all the variables and methods present. So only we are having one variable called name. So just tick this and then give generate. When you give generate, it will generate the getter and setter methods. Okay. So this name variable is private, meaning it will be accessed only within this class. If I want to access this name outside of the class, I have to use this get name method and set name method. So what this set name method will do, it will set the values. Okay. And if I want to retrieve, I have to use the get name method. Okay. Let's see some examples. Okay. So what I will do, from the main method, we will call it. Okay. So first, what I will do, I will remove this and I will create an object for the person class. So let's create an object for the person. So I have created an object for this person class. So now I want to access the variable present. So if it is not private means what happened? I can directly access this name by using the object. If I give p dot name, it will be present. Okay. I can declare some, I can give some values. And if I want to get this, I can directly print it. Okay. That will be possible. But I have given this as private. So if I give private means it will not be directly accessible. Even though I have given p dot, you can see there is no name present. So if I give like this, you can see it is showing some, it is giving me some options to select. Okay. So if I not give anything, if I done like this, it will throw some error. Okay. So because name is declared as private, so it will not be visible here. It will be visible only within this class. Okay. This is called encapsulation, hiding the data members and variables, sorry, hiding the data and methods outside of the class. Okay, that is called encapsulation. It is hidden from, this variable is hidden now. It cannot be accessible outside of this class person. Okay, so if I want to access this, I have to use the get and set method. So if I want to set some values for this name, I have to use the set name method. So when you just give, here I'm calling the set name method and it will accept one parameter. So I can pass the parameter here. So I will give some random name. Okay. And then if I want to retrieve this, what I need to do, I have to call the get name method. So get name. So inside of this, I can retrieve this, whatever present here. Okay. I have to print it here. So I will print it. So up to this, what I have done, I'm implementing the encapsulation. Okay. So encapsulation means hiding the variables and methods within the class. Okay. So here I have declared only one variable called name. So this name is declared as private. Once if a variable or method is declared as private means this method is not at all visible to other classes. Okay. So only visible within the person class. So what happens if I want to use the name, if I want to declare some, if I want to give some values to this name and I want to retrieve that value means what you need to do, you need to use set name and get, set method and get method. So what this set method will do, it will set the value for that variable, and get method, it will return whatever set to that value. Okay. So here in the main method, what I have done, I have created an object for the class person, and using that object, first I'm going to set some value. So I'm calling this set name method. Instead of that, I'm passing some values. Okay. Once the value is passed, I want to retrieve this. I want to get the value. So for that, I'm calling the get name method. If I run this, it will print the value. You can see RR is printed now. Without this getter and setter, you can't access the name variable. Okay. This is called encapsulation. Is this understandable, guys? Is there any doubt here?
No, it was understandable.
Okay, let's move to the next topic then. The next one is, what is next? Abstraction, right? So let's have it here itself. Okay. So the next one is
Yeah, I'm having
abstraction.
only one doubt.
Yes. Yes,
So the
go
private
ahead.
string name is variable, right?
Yes.
Okay, so if it has any value means,
That's what I said. You can't directly set values for this variable. Okay. If you want to
okay,
set some value, you have to use this set name method. Encapsulation will be achieved by two things. First one, you have to declare a variable and method as private. Okay. Once it is declared as private, you have to use the getter and setter method. Only by set method, you have to set the value. Okay. And by
yeah, okay,
using the get method, you have to get the value.
yeah, okay, thank
Yeah, okay. So abstraction means eh, so abstraction is also work like an interface. Okay. So abstract class, how you will create an abstract class means by using the keyword abstract. Okay. And inside of this, what happen? It will have some abstract method. Method means nothing. Only the method declaration will be present. Okay. Implementation will not be present. And then along with that, you can have some concrete method also, non-abstract method also you can have. So why we will go for abstraction means for program complexity. Okay, to reduce the program complexity we will go for abstraction. So some method present. Okay, that method we want to implement in a different way in different classes means uh, what we will go for, we will go for abstraction. Okay, so along with that it is having some default method also. Okay, that also needs to be implemented means we will go for abstract method. So let's create some examples. Okay, so that it is easy to understand. Let's create, I'm creating some normal class first. Let's have some example. Okay, what example we can consider? Okay, let's consider a animal as an example. The first in inheritance we have seen, right? Okay. So first, if you are going to create an abstract class, means you have to give the keyword abstract. Okay. So abstract, it is the abstract class. So class keyword followed by class keyword and the name of the class. So it is going to be animal class. Okay. Animal. So here I have created one class called animal, and this is an abstract class, meaning it will have abstract methods. Okay. Abstract method means a method without any body. Okay. So abstract void. Just give me a minute, guys. Abstract void sound. Let's have some. Sorry. So here you can see it is same like interface. It is having only method declaration without any implementation. Okay. But it is having one more thing called abstract keyword. Okay. So and then this animal, okay, whatever class we are using, it is also having abstract keyword. So this is how you need to implement the abstraction. Okay. And then you will create one more class. Okay. Class get, which extends animal. Okay, so like interface, it will also ask us to implement the unimplemented methods. Okay, so sound is given as unimplemented, so we have to implement it here, whatever class extending. Okay, so in the interface, what we will do, we are implementing it. We are using the keyword implement, and more number of interfaces can be implemented in a single class. But abstraction is same as of inheritance concept. Okay, we have to use the keyword extend, and a class can extend only one abstract class. Okay, and then uh, if the same thing can be achieved in interface, why we are moving to the abstract means it will also have non-abstract methods. Non-abstract method means, let's make it as it some method with implementation. Okay, But here in the interface, we can't declare like that. Okay. From Java 8, okay, from version 8, this interface will accept methods called default and static methods. Okay. But a normal concrete method we can't implement here. Okay. It will throw us error. Okay. Here you can see I am trying to implement the same thing whatever done in abstraction. Okay. Here also I have done the same thing. Here also I am done the same thing, but it is showing error because interface should have only abstract methods. Okay. A method without implementation. From 8 onwards, it can have some methods called default and static methods. Okay. But in abstraction, we can have an abstract method. Along with that, we can have some normal methods. Concrete method also we can use. So whenever you are facing some concept to work with the method, with an abstract method along with the non-abstract method means you have to choose abstraction. Okay. So instead of this, you can do method implementation. Whatever you want to do here, you can do it. Okay. But this method, sound method, should be implemented in the class which extending this animal class. So cat is extending this animal class. So this sound method should be implemented here. This method will directly come. Okay. But this method we need to implement. So here you have to print something. Let's give sound this. Okay. So if I want to call these two methods means what I have to do, I have to create an object for this cat and then I have to call the methods. So just by simply creating an object, then we can call the methods present here. So what are all the methods present? One is eat and the other one is, what is the other one? Sound, right? Sound. Okay. So we can call both the methods from this. Okay. And when you run it, you will see, okay, there is some error. Okay, it is already defined. That is, let's name it as animals. This is also already defined. Let's name it as some other. All these are already implemented. Let's name it as error. Okay.
The class line extends wild animal. Right?
Sorry? Yeah, yeah.
Class line extends.
Sorry. Yeah. Right. Okay, now it makes sense. Right. Yeah. So what happened now? I have already declared the same class name. Okay. So it is having the same file present in the same name. So it is throwing me some error. So I have renamed it. Okay. Now it is working fine. So what happened now? When I run this, it will print both the statements. You can see eating and sound. Okay. So eating will be common. What are all the classes? Okay. If I am having one more class which extends this wild animal means this eating will be present in that class also. But the sound inside of this, I can implement something else. Okay. So this is how abstraction will work. Okay. So when you go for abstraction means if you want to implement some abstract method along with non-abstract method means you can go for abstraction. Okay. Is there any doubt here? Okay. So We have seen all the OOPS concept, I think. Okay. So if there is no doubt, I will stop the class from here itself. Okay. So we will continue tomorrow, guys. So what I will do, I will give you some exercises, okay, based on the OOPS concepts in the notes. Okay. Just try to implement it. Okay.
So in yesterday notes, you have mentioned something called a scanner, right?
Yeah. Just give me a minute. I will
Yeah,
check it again. Yes.
yeah, okay. Yeah, could you please explain that?
Yeah, scanner is nothing. Sorry, not in the yesterday's class. I think in the previous class, day before yesterday, I have said, right? So scanner is nothing. Okay. So if you want to get the input from the user, okay. So for example, sorry, I have stopped this sharing my screen. We'll share it again. Okay. So
Okay.
let's take some examples. Let's take some conditional statements that looks okay. Okay, here you can see here directly I'm declaring the variable, right? Int day is equal to 7. Okay, so if I don't want to directly declare, instead of directly giving as 7, what I will do, I can get it from the user. Okay, when I run the program, if I want to the user, if I want the user to enter the value, means I will go for scanner class. Okay, so that is used for entering the value by using the keyboard in the console. Okay.
Yeah, okay. So that is fine. But in yesterday notes, you have done one program in that. So that's why using
Mm.
while loop.
Yeah, yeah, we'll check that. Okay. Using while loop, guys, just give me a minute, guys. Yeah, sorry, guys. We will wind up here itself. I will explain that scanner class and while loop in tomorrow session, guys. Okay. So I have some personal emergency. I have to wind up the class here itself, guys. Sorry for the interruption.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I will explain that tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah,
Thank you
okay.
for understanding this. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.